Assalamu alaikum dear students. This is Zakiya Khan, your science teacher, and today we are going to explore the plant world. As we all know that Earth is the only planet in our solar system that has the viable conditions for the existence of life. Life exists in various forms, and one of the most important forms is plants. Plants are incredibly important living organisms that cover much of the land of the Earth. They are multicellular organisms and have the amazing ability to manufacture their own food via the process of photosynthesis. Due to this amazing ability, plants are also known as producers or autotrophs. We see a variety of different plants around us which thrive in different habitats, varying from different soils to various water bodies. Plants differ in shape, size, strength, habitat, nutrition, and many other characteristics. Depending upon the various criteria, plants can be classified as. Let's have a look at the classification of plants.
Plants are classified into various types depending upon different criteria. Depending upon the size, plants could be trees, herbs, or shrubs. Let's learn about them one by one. Trees. Trees are tall and large plants with hard and woody stem. They survive for many years. Shrubs. Shrubs are medium-sized, profusely branched plants with a lifespan less than the trees. Herbs. Herbs are short plants with soft and green stem. They survive only for 1 or 2 seasons. Some herbs have medicinal properties. Depending upon the presence or absence of flowers, plants could be flowering or non-flowering. Most plants produce flowers. Such plants are known as flowering plants. Flowers grow into fruits and then seeds. For example, rose. Some plants do not produce flowers. These plants are called non-flowering plants. For example, pinus.
Next, we are going to discuss about the parts of the plant. A plant part is divided into 2 main things. One is the root system and the second one is the shoot system. First, coming to the root system, in root system we have only one part of the plant, that is the root. Root is the underground part of the plant. To understand more about roots, let's see the following module.
Plants are found all around us. A plant has 2 main parts, the shoot system and the root system. Both the parts are important for the growth and survival of the plant. The shoot system of a plant is the part that remains above the ground. It has different parts such as branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. The green leaves of a plant help it to prepare food. The root of a plant is the part that remains underground. There are 2 types of roots, taproot and fibrous root. The taproot is long, straight and thick in shape. Smaller roots grow from its surface. Taproot is found in many plants such as carrots, beans and mustard. The fibrous root consists of a bunch of long and thin roots. Grass, wheat and rice are a few of the plants that have fibrous roots. The root is a very important part of a plant. It helps the plant in several ways. Without the root, a plant will not be able to survive for long. Root hairs that grow just behind the root tip help a plant to draw minerals and water from the soil. Water and minerals enter the stem from there. The root fixes a plant to the ground, and that is why strong winds cannot uproot a plant or a tree easily. Roots bind to soil particles and prevent the top soil from being washed away by water or blown away by wind. Roots sometimes store food for plant. There are certain roots such as carrot, turnip and cassava that human beings eat. Roots of certain plants like banyan grow above the ground. They emerge from the branches and later move into the ground. These roots provide support to the tree and are called aerial roots.
Next, coming to the shoot system of the plant, the shoot system comprises of many parts, which includes stem, leaves, buds, flowers, branches, and many more. So first let us discuss about stem. Stem is the main part of the shoot system. It forms the backbone of the shoot system as it provides support and holds the plant firmly. Its main function is to transfer water and minerals from roots to the other parts of the plant. To understand more about the function of the stem, let's see the following activity.
Many people keep money plant in water in their houses, and it grows well in that also. Have you ever thought how? The money plant grows even in water because its smooth stem absorbs and conducts water. Let us conduct an activity to study how the stems of plants conduct water. To know how the stems of plants conduct water, you need test tubes, water, herbs, red ink, blue ink, blade, dropper, and glass marker. To start with, take a test tube and fill it 1/3 with water. Now, with the help of the dropper, add red ink to this water. Then take the herb and cut the base of the herb using the blade. Now keep the herb in the colored water. Keep the setup undisturbed for 1 day and observe the next day. For 1 day. Amazing! See these red spots on the leaves? The red ink from the water has moved up to the leaves. How did it happen? Take out the herb from the colored water. Cut the stem. The stem also contains red color. Before we conclude anything, let's perform another but similar activity to see some more results. Take 3 test tubes and mark them as A, B and C respectively. Now fill 1/3 of each test tube with water. Now take a herb which has white flowers. Separate the branches and cut their bases. To the test tube A, put red ink and 1 branch of the herb. Now add red ink in test tube B and blue ink in test tube C. Take another branch of the herb and split it halfway along its length. Now keep 1/2 of the branch into red ink and another into blue ink. Leave these test tubes undisturbed for 1 day. It's time to see some beautiful results. Hey, where are the white flowers? All white flowers have disappeared. In test tube A, the white flowers have become red. Surprisingly, the white flowers that were kept in test tube B have turned red, and the flowers that were kept in test tube C have turned blue. Water moves up through the stem, or we can say that the stem of a plant conducts water. Like the ink, minerals and ions dissolved in water also reach all parts of plants through the stem.
Coming to the leaf, which is also known as the kitchen or the food factory of the plant, which manufactures the food via the process of photosynthesis. Plants take carbon dioxide along with the water and minerals in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to yield glucose and oxygen as the byproduct. To understand more about leaves, let us see the function of leaves.
Take a look at this plant. It consists of many parts like root, stem, leaves, flower, and branches. Let's learn about leaves. Leaves are thin, flat, and usually green. They are present on the stem or branches of a plant. The leaves of different plants have different shapes, sizes, and may even have different colors. A typical leaf of flowering plant consists of a leaf stem called the petiole. The petiole connects the leaf to the stem of a branch on which it is present, called the leaf base. Sometimes the base of a petiole bears two small green leaf-like structures called stipules. The flat, broad part of a leaf is the lamina. The boundary of the lamina is called the leaf margin and its tip is called the leaf apex. The lamina, margin and apex together give shape to a leaf. The lamina has a thin tube-like structure running down the middle of a leaf called the midvein. It divides the leaf into two equal parts. Smaller and thinner veins called side veins emerge from the midvein on both sides. The smallest branches from the side veins are called veinlets. All these veins carry water to the leaf and food from the leaf to the different parts of a plant. However, this arrangement of veins may vary in the leaves of different plants.
Now the last part which we are going to discuss is the flower. As we all know that flower is the most attractive part of the plant, but simultaneously it's also the reproductive part of the plant. It consists of four main parts. First is petals, second is sepals, third is the stamens, and fourth one is the pistil. Stamens and pistil are the reproductive parts of the flower. To understand more in detail, let's see the following module.
Flowers are not only to look at and admire, or for their medicinal properties. Plants need flowers to produce seeds so that more plants can be grown. At the bottom of the flower is present the receptacle. This is the part to which all parts of the flowers are attached. Before they open, that is in the bud stage, most flowers are protected by sepals. These are mostly green in color. Inner to the sepals are the brightly colored petals. Their function is to attract insects to bring about pollination. Inner to the petals are present stamens. They are the male reproductive part of the flower. Each stamen has a tip called anther and a long filament. In the center of the flower is the carpel. This is the female reproductive part. It contains ovules, which eventually form seeds. Seed is the structure that contains the embryo, from which a new plant grows on the onset of favorable conditions. It also contains stored food for growth of the embryo.
So students, in this chapter we studied about the parts of the plant in detail. First we studied about the roots, whose function is to provide anchorage to the plant and it helps in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Next we studied about the stem, which forms the backbone of the plant by providing its support and holding it firmly. Next we studied about the leaf, which helps in the manufacture of the food for the plants. And last we discussed about the flower, which is the reproductive part of the plant. Hope you understood the video very well, and inshallah we will meet in the next video. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.